Okay, you're good whenever, sorry.
Oh. Did you want me to like share my screen
Yeah,
or?
is that
Okay.
you?
No. Oh, yes.
That's the other thing I can do on the Chromebook. I could not let you share screen. Ooh, Canva.
Uh, you guys can see it?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jenna, and I will be presenting on behalf of the Director of Marketing role for UNLITTER. I will be going over an overview of the role, my accomplished goals, and future consulting. So again, more of a detailed overview. So I'll just do a personal introduction, analysis of the situation, goals in the role, accomplished tasks, overall suggestions, and then some closing remarks. So even though you guys know me, but education wise, I have a BS in marketing and a master's in international business from the University of Florida. My involvement at the University of Florida included president of Warrington Goes Green. I was on the advisory board and mentor of FLA and a mentor in BUMP. And then my future plans, I will be moving to Austin, Texas to be an account coordinator for Oracle NetSuite. So some analysis of the situation when I came into the role. I had no prior personal involvement with UNLITTER other than the fact that like I knew Shannon and obviously Warrington Goes Green did some partner cleanups with UNLITTER. So I knew of them, but I was never directly involved with the organization. I'm not sure if this is completely accurate, but I think I was the first individual in this role. And then obviously I established weekly meetings with Shannon and then monthly meetings with Shannon and Sabina. And there was no real clear structure or task when I came into the role. They allowed me to choose where I wanted to work. And then I think the biggest benefit of me coming into this role was having the outside perspective to kind of see where you guys could grow or like areas where it maybe didn't make sense from an outside perspective of someone that wasn't really that directly involved with the movement. So we established about 3 general goals, which include technical, branding, and cohesion. The technical, we kind of broke into SEO, Wikipedia, and then kind of getting ready to update the fundraising page. Branding was more implementation of the fundraising page, and we wanted to transition to Square, Instagram story graphics, and website presentation. And then the last was cohesion, just kind of tying everything together, and then just consulting with Shannon on just general future areas of growth. So looking at SEO, these are just some screenshots from the Wix website that I found in the past 90 days. So I think this was from, February 9th until yesterday. So the site has over almost 3,000 sessions, almost 2,000 unique visitors. I'm pretty sure this was during Thrift Gala, this large spike. And then the bottom screenshot is just some of the key tail words that I added and their impressions. So yeah, basically what I did for SEO was I finished the Wix setup checklist, which was 47 action items. We connected to Google Council, added alt text and SEO to all images on the website, allowed indexing to the homepage, and then a whole bunch of meta descriptions on some of the pages. And then from the screenshot, you can see I edited keywords so they're long tail and not just like 1 or 2 words, and then added SEOs to all the blogs. And then I included the links that I use to kind of learn about SEO for anyone that wants to continue doing this for updated parts of the website. It really breaks it down pretty simply. I think Wix just in general, if you go on the homepage, it kind of leaves descriptions of what you're supposed to do. So it definitely wasn't too difficult, but it can be a little tedious. So Wikipedia, this was an idea that we toyed with for a little bit. I just included some of the bullet points that I found useful when we were deciding. Obviously, it's going to increase the SEO because you want to use backlinks to get back to the UNLITTER website, and Wikipedia is a great way to do that. It also helps with like your brand story, your location, executive list, just having another resource to have all those informations. And then I included kind of the process, like I was telling Shannon, like you need 10 edits older than 3 days, you need to post directly on the page. And you need to be like editing other content to boost your credibility. So there's certain like loopholes that you just have to be aware of. I also included a useful link that I found that broke everything down. But we did decide throughout this research that it was just not the time for Unlettered to do Wikipedia. I think it would be something great to do in the future, but I don't think it's necessary per se. It's more of like when you have time, maybe do a little bit more research, but I don't know. I don't think it's like necessary for you guys right now on the stages of where you're at. And then I included some of the fundraising sketches that I did. This was like also based off my marketing class where I just like learned certain research of like how you should start with like the highest money amount to the left and then move down. Like there's just certain psychology aspects of fundraising pages to be aware of. Same with like I want to support, we thought would have been a good idea. And then to also include like some type of description to have donations or donators know where their money is going to. So these were just some of the rough ideas that I came up with. And then, so this was the fundraising page when I came into the role, and this is it now. I didn't have a screenshot of what it looked like when I made it on Wix, but I think what we ended with is what's important here. And using Square, I think, is the smartest way to go about it. So it jumping to like an external link, I think not only like is safety measures for like the donator, they know where they're going for it, but it also is just like a lot cleaner. And I think it's just like better than what this was at, because yeah, so that's that. And obviously just getting Square linked to Wix was super important. And then here's some Instagram graphics that I made for the blogs. The purpose of this really was just to utilize not only the color palette, so it's consistent color wise, but also just to have clean, consistent, and versatile designs that represent the Unletter brand, but aren't looking repetitive. And this just overall boosted brand image for the social media aspect of Unlitter. It was like super easy to create. I think that this would be great for like all aspects of Unlitter, not just blogs. So, and like I think having a color palette was extremely beneficial. And then some website consultation that we made was like the less is more aspect of everything. So just collaborating on overall appearance. I know Shannon would sometimes come with me like, what are your thoughts on this? And we kind of would go back and forth about it, just deciding what would look best on the website. What I really liked, this most recent change was the hatchery recommending using only one word descriptors for the homepage aspect, the landing page. I think it just further embellishes the idea that Unletter is simple. And I think we need to like keep that consistent throughout the entire website. It's just simple, simple, simple. I know we talked about enhancing the sticker page and the about page, which is now the movement page. And although like I didn't really implement these changes, this was more of the consulting aspect of the marketing role where it was just me and Shannon like bouncing off each other, but she was the one that ultimately implemented these changes. And then here are some future ideas discussed in research, but not yet implemented. So for whoever comes into this role next, maybe if they want to take charge and run with these. But I know Reddit was a big thing that we talked about, but we didn't really get the ball rolling on it. But here's some of the notes I made, because there's a lot of Reddit for nonprofits, and I think it would be a great way for like Unlitter to tap into. Again, this goes all the way back again to the SEOs. Everything goes back to SEO, I guess. But yeah, Reddit ID uses your nonprofit or NGO's name, protects your brand. There's obviously keywords and subreddits. This /r/nonprofit would probably be the subreddit you guys would want to get into, because it's a community of people who want to discuss in the nonprofit sector. I think on Reddit's a little strange, like you just kind of have to get used to like the verbiage that they use and abbreviations. So like OP is original poster, TIL, today I learned. So just kind of learning that the chat lingo is a little strange. But I think it would be smart for Unlitter to create a subreddit if you do get into Reddit, just because you can be the moderator and control the discussions. And like you can also like have like NGO or nonprofits for sustainability, and then invite other NGOs to be in your subreddit. And you can also make them moderators, so it's not all on you. And when you do this, just be aware that like you need to set the criteria of what you want, like have guidelines, just so it's like consistent and it's professional. But I think Reddit is a great thing to get into. It just boosts the like visibility, I guess, of UNLITTER to a completely different crowd. And then I know we talked about guerrilla marketing. I thought the World Wildlife Fund had some great examples of just like thought-provoking guerrilla marketing in terms of like reaching a sustainability audience. Like obviously I don't think we could do things to these scales, but these are just great ideas. Like I really liked the caught in the net, like on a school fence or something like that. But essentially it would just be for UNLITTER working with like local artists for thought-provoking art installations. I think what you guys did at the Norman tunnel with the spray paint was like a great thing. So maybe like doing more like sidewalk spray paint. I know in Miami, like that's such a big thing, especially like in the Wynwood district, like the sidewalks spray paint. And then obviously just the aspect of spreading the stickers, like I think that is great. Like the fact that I even saw that in Austin, Texas was just like such a cool moment. So I think just getting more people on that like wavelength of just leaving stickers wherever they travel just to get it, you know, worldwide. This was like super niche, and I was just thinking about it when I was doing this. Was I think a great thing that UNLITTER can kind of tackle, or an area where like there needs to be better sustainable practices, it's like Amazon and Amazon returns. Because like I know that when you make a return, which I know a lot of people make Amazon returns, like they just get sent to landfills or they just can't be resold. So it's just like you're just wasting products over and over again. And I think that would be like a cool like guerrilla marketing implementation of like showing awareness to that. I'm not necessarily sure how you could do it, but like I feel like that would be like a cool like art installation to work with. It's like old Amazon packages and like making something out of it. Or I don't know. I just like know that's like big in like college culture too. Like everyone orders everything from Amazon for any occasion in their life and then like ends up returning it or just like never using it again. And then this is just like general improvements I think that could be made to the role itself. I think having the marketing director state their interests, talents, and areas that they want to work in was super beneficial because, like, for example, I was really interested in the SEO aspect because it's something I've never done in classes, but like I know is important to marketing. So I think that's great that they should like have that power and autonomy to decide. But at the end of the day, I think like the board of directors of UNLITTER, like you guys should decide kind of what the goals, tasks, and timelines of everything is to just provide a little bit more structure and like guidance, so it's like less open to me, because I think that when some people have that freedom and mobility, that's when things like they start slacking off, or like, you know, there's no intrinsic motivation to get things done when they should be, if there's no timeline. I also really enjoyed the consulting aspect of it all. I think that was like one of my favorite parts. So I think I'm not sure like what the job description of this role is, since I kind of implied informally, but like I would definitely tie that into the job description, that a lot of it is like consulting. So because I think for me, like when I came into the role, the title seemed extremely daunting, thinking I was going to run the marketing for all of UNLITTER. And I think that's why I was like very hesitant at first and like talking through it with you, with Shannon, because I was like, I don't think I have time for this. But I think it was a lot more delegating and overseeing and consulting than I thought it was going to be, and not like I have to run the social media, I have to run the blogs, I have to run this. Like it's not like that. But I think director of marketing, that's what it kind of seems like. So just a little bit more clarification of like the roles that you would be doing. I also think it would be interesting to work closer with the social media team. I still don't know anyone on that team or their names, but yet I feel like marketing and social media are extremely intertwined. So maybe like during the onboarding process, a little bit more like direct communication, like these are their names, this is their point of contact, set a meeting up with them, talk about areas where they think they need to grow and like how I can help them. So just working a little closer with other teams and having it be less like isolated, because like yes, I sat in on those like meetings like with all of UNLITTER, but like I don't think I really like knew anyone other than like you two. So I think that would be better just to make it more collaboration based. And then I was thinking maybe switching the name from marketing director to brand director. I felt like it was more branding work than it was marketing work in a sense. I mean, it also just depends on like what you want to keep under the role. But I did think a lot of it was branding work. But if it was more tied with the social media team, then I think it would be more marketing based. So those were my overall suggestions. And then this was like more for like whoever takes over this role, just like my last 2 cents. So this role is really what you make of it. I found the flexibility and unstructured approach a little difficult at first, but then when I changed my mindset and kind of saw it as like this is a learning opportunity for myself, that's when I kind of found the motivation. So it's all about mindset at the end of the day. Roll with the punches. Things change, ideas get scrapped, research shows it's not worth it. We saw that with the Wikipedia page, the donation page, that just sometimes you just have to be adaptable and like not hold on to like ideas and concepts because things change all the time. Also, life gets busy and that's okay. I know there's so many times when I told Shannon, I'm like, this is not a good week for me. I have like 3 exams. So I think just effective communication when you're in a higher up role in a position is so important. Like just acknowledging that like you're not going to be able to get things done when you say you can if like life things come up. But if you can't communicate effectively, then you know, it kind of throws off the whole system of everything. And then lastly, just remember the why. I think when you work behind the scenes of any company or nonprofit, you kind of get stuck in the logistics of everything and you kind of forget about like what you're even working for. So just remembering the core of what Unlitter is and like the statement, like simple, powerful, positive, like remembering that aspect kind of realigns you. And I don't know, I think that just like helped me throughout the process because I was so caught into like the nitty gritties and I'm like, this is Unlitter, like this is what I'm doing this for. And then this quote was just like, as a marketer, you have to be inspiration from inside the company. So just always remaining creative and doing the extra mile and yeah, keeping things interesting, always thinking outside of the box. So that is it for me. Thank you guys. I've really enjoyed this role. And I'm so glad I got involved in Unlitter. Like obviously I knew who you guys were, but getting to see the depth of what you guys do is like truly amazing. And I'm always here to be a part of the movement. And yeah, I can't wait to like see how you guys grow. And hopefully I can like help wherever I can. But that is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me stop there.